When it comes to needing technology to get things done, you probably think you need to use a computer, at least in the traditional sense. And I've had long, drawn-out discussions and debates and arguments with many people on YouTube and beyond about what a computer is. And largely stemming from me saying that your smartphone, whether you're running Android, WebOS, Symbian, iOS, whatever, your smartphone is a computer. It's got hardware and software. It helps you get things done. It has input and output. It is a freaking computer. Can a phone do the same thing as, let's say, a traditional desktop, a tower as they used to call them? Maybe they still do. No. But it doesn't make it any less of a computer to get things done. What I think upsets me even more, and you can pull a, why you mad, bro, are the arguments that that's not a real OS. That's not a functional OS. Huh? Are you aware of what an OS does at all? It gets things done. And if it's working and it allows the software to interoperate with the hardware, it's kind of doing its job. It is real. It is functional. There's no such thing as an inferior OS. Because, for one, inferior is relative. What works for you doesn't work for somebody else. But what you need to get over real quick is the idea that a computer is just something like this. Like there's this is a computer, right? Okay, that's a computer. Doesn't matter if it's Mac, PC, doesn't matter. This is a computer. Doesn't matter if it's an Android or an iPhone. This is a computer. Whether it's a Galaxy Tab or an iPad, they're all computers. The nice thing about the way technology, personal technology, is evolving, and you may not like it, but that doesn't make it any less true, okay? And hopefully you like this video, because I'm making an effort to explain it to you, because it does upset me. Oops, sorry, it upsets me so much that I'm yanking my microphone out from underneath my shirt. It upsets me because people are spreading disinformation. They look so poorly informed. It does upset me because if you call yourself a geek, you have to understand how the market is evolving. And it isn't evolving the way that most geeks want it to evolve. PC gamers, you guys are in a galaxy of your own. Seriously, I love you. But personal computing isn't really going your direction. Sorry, I hate to be the one to break it to you. Doesn't mean it's going to disappear entirely. But computing is moving to a direction that you probably don't want it to go to. Mobile and through app stores. So we wrote an article, and I know you guys are probably chomping at the bit and ripping me apart. Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm sure you will. And I will have these arguments until no one's arguing about it anymore, since when you see it actually play out. We wrote an article on LockerGnome.com. The Microsoft virus merry-go-round. Is it time to get off? I still use Windows. Was not a fan of Windows Millennium Edition, nor was I a fan of Windows Vista. Windows 7 has been spectacular. I've only interfaced with Windows 8 in, I think, the build in a touchscreen interface. They've got some problems that they need to overcome. The bifurcation of the user experience is going to be very jarring because there's no way to control which one you have. You kind of get both, at least during this time of builds. But one thing that Microsoft, hasn't done to this point is guided people to where you can download something and be safe. They haven't created what Apple has created on iOS or with Mac OS X, app stores. What Amazon has created for Android, an app store. Even though you can't run everything through Amazon's App Store. I do recommend for people who just are getting started. Just think about the people who have no idea what's going. They don't know the difference between an icon and an app and the application. They don't understand the difference between the two and their relationship between each other. I say if you want to download applications on Android, go through Amazon's App Store because they've vetted things. You're not going to download something from Amazon that's going to effectively install a keylogger on your device. People are sometimes their own worst enemies, and if the software doesn't understand that, people create problems for themselves. Oh yeah, free wallpaper and MP3 downloads, I'll click and install that. Not a problem. You would think that bigger companies would understand this. Companies that are very well known for technology. For instance, CNET and Download.com. It was seen recently that they're bundling malware with an open source download, which is not just bad, it actually violates the licensing agreement of the software. You can't trust your third parties. You really can't. If you're going to have a cleaner experience and you want to stay safe, you can download software. Just do it and let someone else do the scanning or take care of keeping the bad guys out. That doesn't mean that it's the best way to do it. Best is relative. Maybe you want to be able to download malware. Go for it. If you want to download everything on the internet, awesome. You want to install everything, you go. I don't care what you do with your computer. But the future is going to be, whether you like it or not, more of those App Store experiences. You're going to put your trust. Even Microsoft is asking you to put your trust in them when they release a Windows 8 App Store. Microsoft's going to do it. I don't have any empirical evidence. We'll see how it plays out. But I'm guessing that when Microsoft releases Windows 8 in conjunction with an App Store, I'm guessing the amount of malware installs is going to take a nosedive. That's a guess. Can't back that up. Time will prove me right or wrong. I don't worry if I have a non-jailbroken device. This is an official Apple, iPhone, iOS build. I don't worry about downloading something that's going to ruin this phone. Just don't. If I download an application for Mac OS X, I do it through Apple's App Store for free or paid, whatever. Because I know they're kind of protecting me from doing something bad. Can't really do that with Windows right now. You can kind of with Linux, although yes, there are bad things available for you to download and install on Linux too. Don't think you're safe. Going through these app stores is a better experience. Ubuntu's gone a long way in helping people find software for Linux. Nobody's really done that for Windows yet. And some people are thinking, yeah, it's time to get away from Windows, to getting things done, doing anything I might need to do. Unless, of course, there's an application that only runs on Windows, a game, or something like that, that you can't play anywhere else. That's fine. You can use Windows for that. But in terms of worrying about where you're downloading things from, that's really, I'm not afraid of it anymore. People ask, well, what? Yeah, it's wrong to tell people not to install a virus checker on your Mac. Like, why? Macs get viruses. No, people get viruses on their Macs. And the way to stop that is by going through a gatekeeper. Well, people don't want to go through gatekeepers. Really? People don't want to feel safe and secure? Really? Then why do they install 15 applications on top of the operating system to keep them safe? That whole industry could just dry up with an app store. You don't need to protect people if you're protecting them at another level. Microsoft's going to do it. Some people believe that Microsoft is a virus themselves. But the idea of downloading programs from third parties or websites, it's increasingly an outmoded concept. Doesn't mean it's the wrong way. It's just a different way. And for consumer electronics, it's kind of the future. And I'm sure you guys hate me for saying that, and I know you'll disagree. Some of you will agree, and I appreciate those who agree. I really do. And if you disagree, come up with a valid point that doesn't involve you at the center of the universe. Because there's more than just you who happen to be using these devices out there. That is most IT students' excuse for not switching to Mac. I can't play games on my Mac, says AZ Sportsa. Really? I've been playing games just fine. Portal runs just as well on Mac OS X as it did on Windows. Chris, your anger is palpable and shared by most. Thank you, Jonas Brothers Fanatic 1. It is palpable. Because you know why? I have to like explain this to people who should know better. iPods 454, are torrents safe and legal? They can be. You can't say a format is, it's benign. It's a format. It's a mechanism to get stuff. It's nothing in and of itself. I recently made the switch to Mac from Windows. This isn't about switching, people. Okay. Although this is what the article. If you want to try to save someone from getting off the Windows bandwagon, you need to look at the article because he's ready to jump. If you want to save another person from leaving Windows behind and going mobile, or going to another desktop operating system, even that idea is outmoded. Microsoft's trying to make that leap by blending the experiences of mobile and desktop into one Windows experience. Never once had a problem with Windows, says Muscles Glasses 100. Good for you. I hate to explain this a little further, but other people have. In many cases, they're their own worst enemy, and instead of us having to take the time to protect them or keep them safe from dangers, let them just download through stores, app stores, repositories that are known to only carry safe binaries. Of course, that doesn't protect them from the internet, but that's a completely different video.